Welcome back, Pokemon fans, and today we are looking at the top 10 creepy and weird Pokedex entries for Generation 8. To remind you how this works, it will be any Pokemon that came out in Generation 8, so any in Pokemon Sword and Shield that are new. So it won't be the whole Pokedex, it will just be the new Pokemon and their installments from any Pokedex. Obviously this is the only Pokedex they're in so far, so it will just be Pokemon Sword and Shield. Got it? Cool. Let's get started with number 10, Flapple, the Giganta Max version. If it stretches its neck, the strong aroma of its nectar pours out. The scent is so sickeningly sweet that one whiff makes other Pokemon faint. Now we're starting kind of easy, this isn't that spooky, but the fact it's able to knock out a Pokemon with its smell alone, no attack, maybe not even meaning to, is kind of weird, is kind of creepy, but the Pokemon in general with the apple pie feel to it is kind of strange. So that's coming in at number 10. Number 9 is Dragapult. When it isn't battling, it keeps Dreepy in the holes on its horns. Once a fight starts, it launches the Dreepy like supersonic missiles. Now the fact it keeps smaller versions of itself in its holes is kind of weird. The fact it fires them at people is even weirder, although I did read that the Dreepy enjoy it. Nonetheless, it's weird that it evolves and keeps smaller versions of it. I can't think of many other Pokemon that do. So for me, it was a strange one that I had to put on the list. It's only at number 9, but just wait for number 1. Number 8, Octofish. The skin on its face is impervious to attack, but breathing difficulties made this Pokemon go extinct anyway. Now this one's terrifying. Imagine being born and not being able to breathe properly, and eventually going extinct because of it. You're born into something that you can't get out of, you can't evolve, you can't adapt. I think it's the claustrophobic feeling of this one, having no way out. It's just an awful life for a Pokemon. I guess it's gone extinct, so we don't have to worry too much. But what? There's fossils in the game to bring them back. Please, nobody bring them back. Coming in at number 7, we've got Scourge. When it heats up, its body temperature reaches about 1500 degrees 1500 degrees Fahrenheit. It lashes its body like a whip and launches itself at enemies. Okay, 2 problems. Anytime something launches at you or wraps itself around you, constricts you, that's a worry. But the fact this is 1500 degrees Fahrenheit and it's launching itself at you, it's just a whole host of problems. This is a Pokemon you do not want to be around. Which is a shame because it looks really cool. Coming in at number 6, Impedin. Now this one really speaks to me. It sneaks into people's homes, stealing things and feasting on the negative energy of the frustrated occupants. Now, it doesn't resonate with me because I do that. That would be weird and creepy. I belong on this kind of a list. But this resonates with me because I've put something somewhere and I've gone back to get it and it's gone. And I know I put it there. I didn't lose it. I know I put it there, but I don't know where it's gone. I don't know if this is just me. I'm sure other people have this, but if there was a real Pokemon, it would be this one and it would be messing around with stuff in my house. Coming in at number 5, Runegas. Never touch its shadow-like body, or you'll be shown the horrific memories behind the picture carved into it. So you could read this a few ways. It's either horrific memories of the mask it carries around, or the rune in this case. It could be your horrific memories. It says of the picture carved, so it could be of memories of who knows what. It could just be horror-like images, which is absolutely terrifying. The thing of nightmares. But just the fact this Pokemon, you can't have it anywhere near you in case you accidentally touch it. It's just a sad existence for a Pokemon. Remember, we've done all the generations, so if you're enjoying this video, make sure you drop a like, a comment, subscribe, anything. Let me know you are enjoying it so I can keep doing more, and let me know what you would like to see next. Or, alternatively, in the comments, let me hear your favourite Gen 8 Pokemon. But now we're getting to the good stuff. So number 4, Kusola. Now that's Kusola, not Corsola. There's a slight difference in the name. This is a Galar version, which evolves into this. Be cautious of the ectoplasmic body surrounding its soul. You'll become stiff as stone if you touch it. Now, going off Runegas, this one you can't, you would just remember terrible things, which is bad, but you could get over that. This one you won't get over. You will turn into stone and you will remain as stone. What makes it worse is that it's water ghost, so it could be hidden in the sea. You're just playing in the sea, splashing around, your foot hits something and you're frozen. You're frozen solid, stiff as stone, and it's just... Some of these Pokemon in Gen 8 are really not messing around. Coming in at number 3, Thwackey. When it's drumming out rapid beats in battle, it gets so caught up in the rhythm that it won't even notice that it's already knocked out its opponent. Now this one reminds me of Freddy or Jason or a horror film where they just keep stabbing. In this case it's hitting them with a stick, which isn't too far from a horror film, but it will not stop. It's merciless. It will keep going whether your Pokemon is knocked out or not.
Stop! He's already dead.
Now these last two is where it really kicks up. Number 2 I think a lot of people will expect because I've seen it at the top of people's lists. And number 2 is Hatterie. If you're too loud around it, you risk being torn apart by the claws on its tentacle. This Pokemon is also known as the Forest Witch. Now that first part, the fact that it could claw you to death, wrap you in tentacles, constrict you, is just a terrifying thought just from being too loud. Hopefully it can't hear you from that far away, but it's just a really horrible thought. But the last part is what gets me. This Pokemon is also known as the Forest Witch. It's obviously not a good thing. It kindles the memories of things like folklore stories, things like the Baba Yaga, which lures, I think it lures children. It was a fairy tale. I mean, Forest Witch could also be the Blair Witch Project. There's just so many dark, creepy witches that this could be, which is not a good thing. So that's obviously why it's number 2. The fact that it's number 2 means number 1 must really bring it. So let's jump into it. Number 1, Morgrem. When it gets down on all fours, as if to beg for forgiveness, it's trying to lure opponents in so that it can stab them with its spear-like hair. Now, first problem with this, it uses the word stab, which I don't remember a lot of Pokedexes doing. Top of my head, I can't think of any. Which again, stab brings up memories of horror films and Jason, Freddy, mercilessly stabbing whoever. I mean, it's just not something you expect to find in Pokemon, honestly. And the fact that it lures you in, so it's probably going to be somewhere around your face, neck when it does stab you, it's just a terrifying thought. And out of possibly every Pokemon, it's the least like Pokemon Pokedex entry. It's just, you expect it in a horror film and not here. But that's why we're making this list. Those are my top 10. If you think I've missed any or got any of your own, drop them in the comments below. But until next time.